There is something extraordinary that happens when you open your eyes in the morning and the world is still quiet, untouched by the noise of the day. That's the moment heaven leans in, waiting to see who will speak first, your heart or your fears. The secret power that opens heaven's door every morning lies in that sacred conversation with God before anything else begins. It's not about how long you pray or how perfect your words sound. It's about the posture of your heart. When you wake up and whisper, "Good morning, Lord," you are declaring, "I depend on you more than anything else today." There was a time when I thought I didn't have time for prayer. The rush of life felt too urgent. Bills to pay, work to do, people to please. But I learned that when you skip prayer, you don't save time. You lose direction. You lose peace. You lose the very power that was meant to guide you through the day. Dr. David Yange Cho often described his mornings in the prayer mountain, how he would rise before dawn to talk with God, not because it was routine, but because it was relationship. He knew that before speaking to people, he needed to hear from heaven. When you start your day in prayer, the atmosphere around you shifts. The worries that tried to follow you into the morning begin to melt away. It's as if the Holy Spirit breathes life into your soul, reminding you that you are not walking into the day alone. Heaven opens when faith awakens, when prayer begins, The first words you speak in the morning carry spiritual authority. They can either invite confusion or summon peace. So imagine this: while the world is still asleep, you kneel, and your words rise like incense before God. The angels take their positions, assignments are released, and divine favor is set in motion. That's the secret power of morning prayer. It doesn't just start your day, it sets heaven in motion on your behalf. And once heaven is open over you, no force on earth can close it. Every morning before the world even wakes up, a silent battle begins. It's not fought with weapons or armies, but within your own heart and mind. It's the battle between fear and faith, between rushing and resting, between the voice of anxiety and the whisper of God. Most people never realize that their greatest victories or defeats are decided before breakfast. When you rise and pray, you've already won. But when you wake and rush into the noise, the day begins to control you instead of you commanding it. Dr. David Yange Cho once said that the secret to overcoming life's storms is not found in strength, but in surrender. That's what morning prayer is. It's surrender before strategy, faith before effort. In those early quiet hours, when you kneel before the Lord, you are taking command of the unseen. You are declaring that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, that no storm will steal your peace, and that your steps today will be ordered by divine wisdom. It is there in prayer that you take your stand against the battles you can't even see yet. I remember a time in my own life when the day used to defeat me before it even began. My heart was always restless, my thoughts scattered. But the day I decided to begin every morning with prayer, something shifted. I realized that peace doesn't come from the absence of problems. It comes from the presence of God. When you pray in the morning, you are wrapping yourself in invisible armor. You walk into meetings differently, you face challenges differently, because you know heaven is backing you. The enemy always attacks early. He attacks your peace before your plans, your faith before your focus. But when you kneel in prayer, you push him back before he even has a chance to whisper his lies. That's why prayer is not a routine, it's warfare. When your knees touch the ground, your spirit rises up stronger than fear, louder than doubt. You become untouchable. Not because you are powerful, but because you are protected. Morning prayer wins the battle before the sun even rises. When you begin your day in prayer, something divine happens within you and around you. The noise of the world fades, and your spirit begins to align with heaven's rhythm. The prayer you speak in the morning doesn't just fill the air, it fills your entire day with purpose, direction, and peace. Every word becomes a seed that will grow through the hours ahead. If your first conversation of the day is with God, then every other conversation that follows carries a touch of His presence. You move through the day not as a wanderer, but as someone walking in step with divine timing. I've learned that the first prayer of the day has the power to shape every thought that follows. When you wake up and say, "Lord, I give you this day," it's more than words. It's a handover of control. You're saying, "God, lead me where you want me to go. Guide my steps, filter my emotions, guard my mouth, and fill my heart with your peace." That single moment of surrender becomes the steering wheel of your day. When problems come, and they will, you no longer react out of fear. You respond out of faith because you already anchored yourself in His presence before the day began. Dr. David Yangi Cho often spoke of walking in unbroken fellowship with the Holy Spirit. He said, when you start your morning in prayer, you set the tone for a conversation that continues all day long. That's the beauty of it. You don't just pray and walk away. You carry that peace into every situation. Your morning prayer becomes a covering that protects you, a compass that directs you, and a well that refreshes you when the world tries to drain you. And as the day unfolds, you begin to notice subtle miracles, things falling into place, problems resolving quietly, favor opening unexpected doors. That's not coincidence. That's the fruit of starting your day with God. Because prayer doesn't just prepare you for the day, it invites heaven to walk beside you through it. When you start your morning talking to God, you don't just live the day, you live it under the glow of His guidance, wrapped in peace that no storm can steal.